Hello guys, and welcome back to a new installment of The Real Review Show. Now, as you saw in last week's video, today we're going to look at a very interesting film. And that film is Sweeney Todd. And no, I'm not going to talk about the Tim Burton version. Sorry, that might be for a Puerto Rican critic review. But today I'm going to talk about the movie that is, well, the stage play that inspired that movie. And that, of course, is the original Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street stage musical. Now, this is a recording of the Broadway play with George Hearn and Angela Lansbury as the title roles. And, well, it's actually a very good, it's hard to explain this because it's both a recording of the stage show that was recorded for television. It's a very good movie or play. It's very long though. It's 139 minutes long. That's around a little over 2 hours, I believe. But it's very good. It's worth it. It's a story about a man known as Benjamin Barker who was accused of a crime he didn't commit, only because the judge had eyes for his wife. So years later, he comes back home, a much darker individual, a man who is very hate-driven, who is very different. Only to find that his wife died and his daughter, and the judge has, well, taken his daughter, and has plans to marry his daughter. Now Sweeney is back, and this time he's for revenge. Not just on the judge, but on everyone. The story itself is very complex. It's a story about love, loss, betrayal, revenge, and ultimately it's a story about not letting go. And how could you let go? And throughout the whole movie, or stage play, or the movie, I am with Sweeney on it. But then he starts killing. He decides that it's not just the judge, it's everyone that deserves it. Even him and Mrs. Lovett, everyone in the world deserves it. It's just a matter of time as to, you know who gets cut first. There's a whole lot of songs in this. It's almost like an opera in a way, this musical, but the songs themselves are really good. The Ballad of Sweeney Todd is alright. I much like the prelude and the epilogue. I didn't really like so much the in-between. To me, I thought, it's not too great. But the prologue and the epilogue are really good, though. That's why I love. And the song "Worst Pies in London," sung by Angela Lansbury, you can't go wrong. It's a very funny song, which rarely there are funny songs in this. Most of it, like I said, the subject matter is very dark. So, what makes the funny moment? That's what makes the funny moments all the more funnier in this. Since the story, like I said, it's very dark, it's very edgy. Even in the Tim Burton version, Tim Burton really wanted to make this more of a movie and not the musical, which is why he cut out certain songs, such as the Wig Maker song, the ballad songs, shortened A Little Priest. What other songs did he cut out? He cut out a lot of songs, but some of my favorite songs in this is the song "My Friends" when Sweeney finds his razors again. The Pretty Women song, which is very, very beautiful song. Somebody, like I said, two of the darkest characters in the whole story. Pretty Women, Epiphany. Now that is a villain song for you. If you're a fan of villain songs, as am I, you would love Epiphany. That's when Sweeney realizes, yeah, has an epiphany, forget the pun, that everyone deserves to die. He is going to kill every single person. That's a true villain. With no real rhyme or reason, that's just all he's going to do. And the song Little Priest, it's very funny. That's when Mrs. Lovett realizes, hey, we could help each other out. By that, Sweeney kills him, Mrs. Lovett bakes him. And as soon as Mrs. Lovett bakes him, all of a sudden her pies are selling like hotcakes. But one of my favorite songs, although I don't like the version in this particular stage play, I'm sorry, I don't like this version. I much prefer the Neil Patrick and Patti LuPone version, or the Helena Bonham Carter and, oh boy, I wish I could remember the young actor's name. The one who played Anthony in the Tim Burton movie, the song Not While I'm Around. That is such a beautiful lullaby. To me, it does have the qualities of a lullaby. Now, for those of you who are wondering, yes, Tobias is played by a man, a full-grown man, in this version, because from what I believe, it was always intended that Toby was supposed to be like a full-grown man, but yet he was very childlike. Like he was a little slow, from what I understand. But I kind of like that it's more realistic that Toby's played by a kid. To me, that spells out more, realism. And Sweeney in this version, he's much more angry. He's very angry. He's very hateful. He can get sad, and when it's very weird. Like I said, though, he's much more loud and angry, whereas Johnny Depp played him more as very quiet, very broken. And when he does get angry, oh, okay, we should step back. But with this one, he's always angry. He's always angry. He's always loud. He's always like, I'm going to get back. I'm going to do this. Which, again, it depends on the actor. Like George Hearn, he's a great actor. His voice was made for, opera and music in general. But like I said, though, I was kind of more drawn to Sweeney as a very quiet, broken man, versus George Hearn as a very loud and angry person. At least that's what I got from it. Mrs. Lovett, again, played by two very different actresses. Angela Lansbury played it as a comical, part, and so did Helena Bonham Carter. Both of the parts are very hard to compare because two different actresses, two different styles of singing. So I can't really, pick favorites between those two. Whereas, like I said, with Sweeney, I could. The ballad songs. The prologue song is very good. And the epilogue song, very, very good too. There's another version called Women and Their Sensitivities, which you can hear a little bit in the Tim Burton version, but it's very brief. It's when the judge is talking to the Beale and says, I proposed myself to Joanna. And so the Beale suggests, like, hey, maybe we should get you a little spruced up and, clean you up. I know it's barber down the street. Like I said, it's a very, very short version of the song, whereas in the stage play, it's a much longer version. And I sort of prefer the shorter version. I mean, it's a great song. Don't get me wrong, it's a great song, but I kind of like that it was shorter in the movie. And I don't know, that's what I love. I love this version. But like I said, I sort of more prefer the Tim Burton movie. So overall, I will give this a 7 out of 10. Just something about it doesn't really give it the 8 or the 9 or even the 10 out of 10. But for what it is, it's very good. Very good. I recommend, I suggest you guys would check this out. Yeah, if you can find it, this is this is a re-release, I believe. It's a very good one. The quality is really good. It's very, very good. It's in high definition, I think. Yeah, high definition. No features on here except for English and Spanish and French subtitles. Oh, it's funny right here. It's got a home Canadian TV 14A rating, whereas in America it's not rated. There is language in it, and there is violence. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Check this out. Really good. It won. Wow, it's really good. That's all I can. I'm sorry. I'm just baffled. It's really good. Check it out. Well, that's the end of this week's review. Stay tuned for next week's. See you at the movies.